No one noticed the cleaner when he walked into St. Grace Memorial Hospital at 6:10 a.m. That was the point. Wearing faded gray coveralls and pushing a squeaky mop bucket, the man kept his head down as nurses rushed past and doctors barked orders into phones. His name badge read, Evan Brooks, Janitorial Services. Most people didn't bother reading it. At the reception desk, a sharply dressed administrator named Linda wrinkled her nose as Evan passed. "Hey, you missed a spill near ICU," she snapped without looking up. Evan nodded politely. "I'll take care of it, ma'am." He always spoke like that, calm, respectful, almost invisible. In the ICU waiting area, a wealthy couple argued loudly with a nurse about room upgrades. "We donate more money here than your annual salary," the man sneered. Evan quietly mopped around their designer shoes. The woman noticed him and scoffed. "Can you not splash water near my bag? This costs more than your paycheck." Evan paused, then smiled gently. "I'm sorry, ma'am. I'll be careful." Nearby, a teenage boy watched the exchange, confused by Evan's composure. Most people would have snapped back. Evan didn't. Minutes later, a surgeon stormed out of the ICU and nearly collided with Evan. "Watch where you're going," the doctor barked. Evan stepped aside immediately. "My fault, sir." As the surgeon walked away, the boy whispered, "Why do you let them talk to you like that?" Evan leaned on his mop. "Because people show you who they are when they think you don't matter." The boy didn't understand. Not yet. What no one in that hallway knew, what no one even suspected, was that Evan wasn't there because he needed the job. He was there because he owned the hospital, and today he was about to find out who deserved to stay. As Evan rolled his cart toward the executive wing, an area cleaners were never supposed to enter, the security doors unlocked automatically for him. The executive wing was quiet, too quiet. Polished floors, framed awards, power lived here. Evan walked in without hesitation. A junior security guard stood up sharply. "Sir, you can't be in this area." Evan smiled. "I'll only be a minute." The guard hesitated. Something about Evan's calm confidence made him uneasy. Before he could stop him, Evan continued down the hall. Inside conference room B, 3 hospital executives were mid-meeting. The air turned cold when they saw a cleaner enter. "Who let him in here?" Linda snapped, standing up. "This is a highly restricted area." Evan calmly parked his mop bucket. "I'm here to listen." One executive laughed. "Listen to what? Cleaning instructions?" Linda crossed her arms. "This is highly inappropriate. Security!" Before anyone could react, Evan pulled a folded document from his pocket and placed it gently on the table. "I wanted to hear how you talk about patients when you think no one important is around." The room froze. One executive glanced at the paper, then paled. Another whispered, "Is that the deed?" Linda scoffed nervously. "That's not funny." Evan straightened his back for the first time. His voice didn't change, but the weight behind it did. "I inherited this hospital 6 months ago. I chose to observe before acting." Silence. "You cut staff to boost bonuses. You denied care upgrades to uninsured patients. And you treat the people who keep this place running like they're disposable." Linda's face turned red. "You're lying." Evan looked at the door. "You might want to sit down." The hospital CEO walked in, eyes wide. "Mr. Brooks, we didn't know you were coming today." Linda staggered back. "Mr. Brooks?" Evan nodded. "I came as I am. Now I know who you really are." Just then, an emergency alert blared through the hospital, one involving the very boy Evan had spoken to earlier. The alert echoed through the halls. "Code blue, ICU room 417. Evan turned immediately. "That's the boy." The CEO rushed beside him. "You know the patient?" "I spoke to him this morning." They ran. Outside room 417, chaos erupted. Nurses whispered urgently. A doctor hesitated. "He needs an advanced cardiac procedure, but insurance." Evan stepped forward. "Do it." The surgeon looked annoyed. "Sir, hospital policy." Evan met his eyes. "I am the policy." The CEO nodded sharply. "Proceed. Immediately." Inside the waiting area, the wealthy couple from earlier paced nervously. When they saw Evan, the man snapped. "What is he doing here?" Evan ignored him. Minutes stretched into an hour. Finally, the surgeon emerged, exhausted but smiling. He's stable. Relief washed over the room. The boy's parents hugged the nurse, crying. Evan stood back quietly. The wealthy man approached Evan again. "You should clean up the mess near—" The CEO cleared his throat loudly. "Sir, this man owns the hospital." The color drained from the couple's faces. Evan turned to them calmly. "You judged my worth by my clothes. Today, your son lived because no one did that to him." The man stammered an apology. Evan accepted it with a nod, not forgiveness. Later that day, Evan called an all-staff meeting. "I didn't disguise myself to trick you. I did it to see you." Several administrators were dismissed on the spot. Wages were raised, policies rewritten. Then Evan did something no one expected. He rehired the junior security guard who tried to stop him and promoted him. Character matters. But just as the hospital began celebrating change, Evan received a call that would test him more than any insult ever had. The call came from a number Evan hadn't seen in years. His brother. "You still pretending to be poor?" The voice sneered. "I heard you finally revealed yourself." Evan stepped outside into the morning sun. "Why are you calling?" "Because that hospital?" His brother laughed. "It was supposed to be mine, too." Old wounds reopened. Years ago, they'd grown up in foster care. Evan cleaned floors. His brother chased shortcuts. When the inheritance came, only one of them qualified. "You always liked proving people wrong," his brother said. "Careful, power changes people." Evan hung up without responding. Inside, the hospital buzzed with hope. Staff smiled more. Patients were treated like humans. That night, Evan returned to his janitor's uniform, not because he had to, but because he wanted to. A nurse asked, "Why still wear that?" Evan smiled. "Because respect shouldn't depend on titles." Weeks passed, donations surged, outcomes improved. Then an investigation uncovered something shocking: embezzlement tied to Evan's brother, connected to another hospital chain. The board urged Evan to testify. He did. Justice followed. But the final twist came months later, when Evan announced a decision that stunned everyone, including himself. At the annual hospital gala, Evan stood on stage in a simple suit. "I'm stepping down as owner," he said. Gasps filled the room. "I'm transferring ownership to a non-profit trust run by staff and patient advocates." Applause turned thunderous. Evan smiled softly. Buildings don't save people. People do. The hospital became a national model. And Evan? Every morning at 6:10 a.m., a cleaner still pushed a mop through the halls, not because he was invisible, but because he chose humility. The teenage boy he once spoke to now volunteered there, and no one ever looked at a cleaner the same way again. Because the most powerful people don't need to look powerful at all. If this story changed the way you see people, hit like. Subscribe for more powerful stories that remind us respect costs nothing, but it can change everything.